Did you know that there is a small creature, yet bold enough to challenge the entire world? A creature that even lions must be cautious of, and if you encounter it in real life, the wisest thing to do is step away immediately. Today, you will witness breathtaking moments when the honey badger unleashes its stubbornness, aggression, and unstoppable fighting instinct. Sudden counterattacks, heart-stopping escapes, all captured by the camera just before nature closes the scene of chaos. Let's explore right now. Mole snake. On dusty ground full of sand, a mole snake is following the scent of prey. Just seconds later, it unexpectedly encounters an adult honey badger blocking its path. The honey badger's fearless instinct awakens instantly. The honey badger has an unusually strong immune system and a stomach capable of handling venom-rotten meat and even honey, explaining why it dares to eat almost anything it encounters. Each attack from the snake is strong, but to the honey badger, it feels like a game. It doesn't defend, it just attacks and tramples the snake. Then suddenly the prey lunges straight into the honey badger's mouth. The challenger becomes the meal. In the wild, stubbornness and a limitless diet make it one of the toughest survivors in Africa. Cobra. In the African scrubland, a honey badger spots a Cape cobra climbing a tree to escape danger. This is one of the continent's most venomous snakes. A single bite can kill a small antelope. But the honey badger does not back down. It climbs after the snake, trying to force it off the branch, because on trees its reflexes and defense are poor. The ground is where this fearless creature truly prevails. It waits for the smallest gap in the cobra's movement. Seizing the moment, it bites the snake's head from behind, ending the fight, a very smart tactic when facing a highly venomous opponent. One bite is enough to neutralize the desert's feared assassin. The tiny warrior wins again with boldness and cold calculation. Lion. At Thorny Bush Nature Reserve, a pride of lions encounters two brave honey badgers. Instead of retreating, the small creatures raise their fur hiss loudly and charge forward as if they rule the road. Their audacity makes the lions pause for a few seconds, surprised by such unbelievable aggression. Honey badgers possess thick, nearly impenetrable skin and pain tolerance far beyond most predators. This soft armor gives them confidence to threaten even lions, whose pounce is the strongest in the savannah. As lions charge in, the two honey badgers realize their boldness has reached the limit, a reminder that sometimes the boundary between bravery and recklessness is razor thin. Hyena. On a dusty dirt road, a lone honey badger is suddenly spotted by a clan of hyenas. Their shrill laughter echoes, signaling an incoming surround attack. Honey badgers have extremely strong scent glands. When threatened, they can release a pungent spray comparable to a skunk's. It irritates the eyes, causes momentary disorientation, and deters many predators, including hyenas. That's why hyenas usually encircle honey badgers to intimidate, rather than engage directly. The risk of a stinky blast outweighs the benefit of attacking a small prey. After minutes of standoff, the hyenas choose to leave rather than risk injury. In the savannah, numbers don't always win, especially when the opponent is the planet's most notoriously fearless creature. Python.
Yes.
A honey badger suddenly encounters a large python. The python coils tightly around it, squeezing with force strong enough to crush many animals to death. But the honey badger's thick, loose, and elastic skin prevents serious injury. Even a bite to its shoulder has almost no effect. Wild dogs want to steal the meal, but its opponent this time is two creatures not easy to confront. The honey badger breaks free and drags the python into a hidden corner to avoid losing its prize. However, two African wild dogs appear biting the python's outer coils and attacking the honey badger to steal the carcass. But the wild dogs only dare tug at the edges. They know the honey badger has a bite strong enough to pierce young turtle shells and pain tolerance bordering on absurd. After a brief struggle, they give up, leaving the honey badger to drag the python's body into the bushes. Leopard. Along a narrow path near the forest edge, a leopard strolls casually nose sniffing the air as if detecting something, then it suddenly lunges and slams its prey down with an incredibly fast strike. With a bite force over 1,000 psi, the leopard can crush the bones of small antelopes or vervet monkeys. But this time, something unexpected happens. The honey badger barely moves. This tiny creature has extremely dense neck and shoulder muscles compressed into a block as hard as steel, allowing it to absorb the bite without losing structure or consciousness. Eventually, the leopard decides to carry its prey into the forest. Even a perfect predator can find itself challenged by a honey badger. Leopards rely on stealth and quick kills, but when they choose the wrong target, such as the honey badger, the hunt can quickly turn against them. Three leopards form a circling triangle around the honey badger. They keep their distance using agility to restrict its movement but avoid direct attacks due to the honey badger's foul-smelling, nearly impenetrable skin. The trio slowly loses patience when no decisive blow can be delivered. Instead of fleeing, the honey badger counterattacks fiercely, occasionally reversing the situation. The small but stubborn creature walks away as if nothing happened. In the wild, recklessness can sometimes be the strongest shield. Honey badger. In the dry forest, three honey badgers rush into a triangular standoff. None are willing to surrender the center position. Quick rams, unpredictable spins, and counter bites cause the fight to shift constantly. Each one tests the weaknesses of the others before withdrawing when pressured. The battle becomes more of a durability showdown than a decisive win. No one finds the perfect angle to land a finishing blow. Eventually, fatigue forces them to pull back, chasing one another elsewhere. The confrontation has no real winner, just a burst of instinct fading away. For honey badgers, temperament is always the strongest fuse. Mouse. In the thorny bushes of Namibia, a honey badger follows a scent carried by the wind. Its eyesight isn't sharp, but its nose is exceptional, detecting tiny movements hidden beneath thick thorns. A predator relying more on instinct than finesse. Inside the thorn barrier, the Namakwa rock mouse hides. It is a small rodent, but has clever survival strategies. The sharp shrubs form a natural wall, protecting it from larger predators. When the thorn fortress is no longer enough, the rock mouse is forced to face the toughest predator of the desert. Two opposite survival paths slowly converge. In the wild, intelligence can delay danger, but it cannot always change fate. Turtle. On the dry ground of the savannah, the honey badger approaches the turtle with an empty stomach, marking the beginning of a brutal confrontation between an armor breaker and a creature with nearly perfect protection. The honey badger doesn't try to bite through the shell. Instead, it uses its front claws to grip the edge of the shell, flipping the turtle over to completely disable its defense. Every pull relies on powerful shoulder muscles and torque from its back, twisting forcefully at the turtle's neck. The turtle retracts into its shell, defending almost perfectly, but once flipped over, it cannot shift or adjust its position to lessen the attack. After tumbling for a while, the turtle's head slips out from the shell's edge and the honey badger ends the fight swiftly. Sometimes the strength of armor cannot overcome the persistence and skill of a predator exploiting a weakness. Scorpion. On the hot, dry, red earth, the honey badger and the scorpion unexpectedly face off. The moment feels like two survival philosophies colliding. One is a relentless creature unafraid of pain, the other a master of venomous attacks. The scorpion strikes first. It charges forward, swinging its stinger repeatedly, aiming at the weak points of its opponent. But the honey badger dodges every strike with frightening calmness. The scorpion carries venom capable of killing animals larger than itself, but the honey badger, known to have relatively high resistance to toxins, moves coolly and confidently, like a creature in full control of the battle. When the scorpion loses balance, the honey badger instantly closes in. With a sudden bite to the soft body, it enjoys its deadly feast. The scorpion learns the outcome of facing an opponent too fast and too stubborn. Honey bee. On a dry tree trunk in the savannah, a beehive hangs loosely. The honey badger smells the thick sweetness from afar and rushes in without hesitation. It clings to the trunk, climbing with focused intent. Reaching the hive, it uses its sharp jaws to tear open the wax. Golden honey spills out dripping in streams, and the honey badger stands beneath, catching each drop as if rehearsed 1,000 times. After drinking enough fallen honey, the honey badger climbs up again. This time it bites hard and pulls the entire hive down. The bees burst out to attack, but its thick skin is nearly insensitive, and the destroyer happily continues its feast. This recklessness and endurance have earned it the title of the most feared hive raider in nature. The honey badger is following the faint scent of honey drifting through the wind when it halts in front of a hollow tree stump. Without hesitation, it shoves its snout into the cavity, searching for today's meal. Honey is a massive source of energy and protein with few competitors, and its body is built to withstand bee stings. This is an extremely effective survival strategy in the wilds. A bee darts out and stings it right on the eyelid, making it jerk back by instinct, but the honey badger recovers within seconds. Its thick skin allows it to almost ignore the pain. It uses its claws to scrape away layers of wax and bees clinging to it. The honey badger gulps down a chunk of honeycomb and enjoys it calmly, exactly the way the savanna's most stubborn and daring honey raiders should. African wild dog. On cracked, dry soil, a honey badger is busy digging when a pack of African wild dogs appears. They instantly close in circling to observe every reaction. The honey badger has skin up to 6 mm thick and extremely loose, allowing it to twist and counterattack even when bitten, one reason many predators avoid a direct attack to prevent injuries. Waiting for the perfect gap, the honey badger bursts forward. Unable to land a strike, the wild dogs give up. Escaping death in a split second, the honey badger again proves why it is small, but never weak in Africa. What you've just witnessed reveals an undeniable truth. The honey badger is not the biggest, not the fastest, and not the strongest, but it is certainly the boldest and most fearless creature in the wild world. From battles with venomous snakes, escapes from the jaws of leopards or lions, to attacks that shock its opponents, everything proves that the honey badger survives through sheer willpower rather than size. These battles remind us that real strength isn't always in muscles, but in endurance, determination, and never giving up no matter how big the opponent is. And this difference has made the honey badger a unique icon of the African savanna. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring more fascinating stories of nature. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next wild journey.